Yo guys, welcome back to another Everything Bar and Services
Manager Nightmare Stories.
Alright guys, so you might be asking yourself, what could possibly top my last video where people would blackmail me for discounts and coupons and just get away with it? Oh well, there is a creature out there that will top this and always does every single day. And what is this creature, you might ask? You're gonna have to listen to find out. These people just want you to get home to your families about 2 hours later than you usually would. Just because they're terrible people. Alright, I wouldn't say terrible people, but if you haven't figured it out already, I'm talking about people that come in about 10 to 5, maybe 15 minutes before you close. I know. Now, there are such people that do this, and if you're one, stop. The golden rule is, if you don't know anybody at the restaurant, and it's just a random restaurant and it's 20 minutes before it closes, just don't go there. Go somewhere else that's open later, or try to get out earlier next time. It's just a little rude. Now, let me explain myself before all of you people are like, well, that's just not good hospitality. That's just blah, blah, blah. I just want to talk to your manager, please. So the reason why it's so rude is because everything's pretty much clean already. And you come in and you might not think that 5 minutes before, oh, they're just gonna be there 5 minutes longer. It's fine. It's fine. They're just gonna be there 5 minutes longer. Let's just go in it anyways. It's not 5 minutes longer because we have to wait on your fat ass to drink, eat, and pay, and then leave, and then clean up your damn mess that you made on your 8%, 10% tip because you're just that kind of person. All right, you know what? I know I might be sounding a little harsh, but I just had a pretty weird experience that probably traumatized me a little bit. And this is where the manager nightmare story comes into play. So, background to set it up. Our restaurant is fairly close to a live music venue. And when this venue gets out, it's usually literally an hour before we close. So they get out, they get in their cars, they walk to their cars, they Uber to their cars or whatever, and it takes them about 30 minutes to get out of there. And then by the time they get here to the restaurant, it's like 30 to 5 minutes till we close. Now we expect this. It's okay because I already know about it. I expect it. I just go ahead and put it in my mind that it's gonna be a later night that night. So a concert got out, I was closing, and exactly that happened. We didn't have but one person in the restaurant, and 15 minutes before we closed, we get about 45 people. And they're concert people, so they are a little intoxicated because that's what you do at concerts, right? You just get a little drunky poo. But that's okay. I do the same thing, but I don't go to a restaurant that's about to close. All right, so one of these guests was a lady, probably middle-aged lady that came in by herself. She was talking on the cell phone the whole time, which is fairly rude. The server goes over to her and, you know, she's fairly okay throughout the whole thing. She orders a lot of food, like 3 to 4 people's worth of food. It's like, well, she just might be hungry, I guess. So it is now about 5-10 minutes after we close. She just got her food and the waitress said, all right, well, you know, the bartender's wrapping up. Would you like one more drink before she leaves? Or, you know, basically last call. And she was like, yeah, I'll take one more. So she orders another beer. She hasn't even really touched her first beer. 5 minutes goes by. She tells the server, take this back. I didn't touch it. I don't want to pay for it. But you ordered it and now I have to just throw it in the trash. So I'm buying it because you changed your mind? Okay, I'm a nice guy, I'll do it, whatever. So I took the beer off, it's not a big deal. Just thought she was a drunk lady, you know, I didn't want to overserve her anyway, so it's fine. It's just a little like frustrating that people just assume that they didn't drink something, they ordered it and just changed their mind that they can just like leave without paying it. I would never do that. So another 10, 15 minutes goes by. We're now close to 30 minutes after we've closed. And she's still sitting there on the phone. A little odd, because it almost sounds like she could be just kind of talking to herself. I don't know. But anyway, she finally asks for a box, and the server brings a box out. She exclaims to the server, she's like, "I've just had a death in the family. Can you box this up for me?" You didn't have to say all that. We would have still boxed it up, you know? Okay, that's just a little odd thing to say there, lady. Nobody really wants to know all about that. But, so yeah, she sits here and boxes it up. So another 25 minutes goes by. Pretty much everyone else in the restaurant has cleared out. There's probably one person at the bar that's usually a regular that hangs out anyways. But other than that, it is empty. Now, we're getting close to an hour after we closed. Everything's done. We're just waiting on this lady to leave. The bartender's done, she's already left. The server's just kind of waiting. I turn the lights up and I turn the TVs off. So now here we are. 10 minutes still goes by after I do all this and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So we all kind of just start staring at her like, okay, so we're just gonna wait, you know, for all night until she gets up. Like, I don't understand. So finally she kind of gets the picture that we might want to leave and go home to our families too. Ha, funny. So she puts a card in the book. I was like, just please just go get it fast as possible. The server runs over there, gets it, swipes the card, and then guess what?
The card gets declined. Oh no!
So she goes on with this kind of crazy bullshit story that her identity has been stolen. Okay? So your identity has been stolen. Why are you out using your cards in your name that don't work? So she doesn't have cash, of course, and she uses another card. So I was like, oh, thank God, she's got another card. Get this lady out of here. Swipe it, let's go. And of course, this one gets declined. Now we are an hour and 15 minutes after we closed with the only lady left in the restaurant, who now has 2 declined cards and no cash to pay her bill. What do? She looks at me and she knows I'm the manager, and she was like, well, do you guys take checks? And I was like, nah, we don't take checks. This is not 1992. I don't know what to tell you. And she's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? I mean, what do we do now? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, she was literally making it sound like it was our fault that she comes in and sits an hour and a half past close and her cards get declined. I am so sorry for inconveniencing you, lady. I just am so broken up about it. I don't know how I'm gonna go to bed tonight. So anyways, at this point I was like, what am I gonna do? Call the cops? No, I'm not gonna call the cops. It's a $22 tab. Minus the beer I took off. So I was just like, look, explaining like, look, write my number down. You can take this check. You can hold the check. I'm just staying at the hotel across the street. I'm good for it. You can write my number down and I'll be back tomorrow to pay for it. It's like, don't even worry about it. I got it. Just get the fuck out of here, please. I want to go. And you are making my night so much longer and so much more complicated than any other night I've ever closed for the most part. So not only did this lady come in 5 minutes before we closed and order food, she also got a drink comped off that she ordered because she didn't feel like she wanted to drink it. She also waited another 20-30 minutes after that to then proceed to go check out. When she checked out, her card got declined. Twice. 2 times. 2 times. And then she wanted to make it sound like it was our fault somehow. I don't know. It's our fault that we don't take checks, I guess. Oh my God. Alright guys, so I think that's gonna wrap this one up. If you liked it, please hit like or subscribe. That would mean the world to me. And what would you do in that situation? Let me hear you in the comments below of what you would do in that particular situation. Would you have done it differently than what I did by just comping it and saying get the F out? Would you have called the cops over a $20 tab? I mean, what other options are there? So I would love to hear your opinions on what you would do. So that being said, that's gonna do it, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace!